Hello, hello, this is a quick guide to the Birthplace of the Vile, Grandmaster Nightfall. This Grandmaster Nightfall has Overload and Unstoppable champions. Also has Void Threat. Make sure you have Void Resist mods on. Those grenades can be very dangerous. Also, the week we're doing it is Stasis and Solar Surge. It might be Strand and Solar if you're doing it on a different week instead. To help with the scan of the plates, I'm running an Invis Hunter with Perma Invis with my Graviton Forfeit build. Also Le Monarch for the overloads. Using Riptide Chill Clip also with the Unstoppables, and have Apex Predator for spamming a lot of the enemy spawns to help with the ammo on the Apex, so I can spam more rockets. Reops is running Cenotaph with a Trace Rifle on a Well of Radiance Warlock, and Boss is bringing a Celestial Hunter with Polaris Lance as well. There's a champion as soon as you start here. I'm going to take out the Unstoppable, careful of the nades. As we make our way down, in the cave section there's going to be 2 Overload champions coming up. We're going to kind of just chill back a little bit, let them come to us. One of them will already be spawned and the second one spawns further down. You can just kind of chill at the top here. And because we have a Cenotaph, we can spam our heavies a bit. We're going to get it back. Now these wraiths can be annoying, they have a ton of health. Go. When we get down to the bottom here, it's going to spawn the boss and an Unstoppable right in the middle here. A decent safe spot, you can either go backwards or along the side here. There's going to be 3 Void Snipers. So I like coming along the side here. Just helps make it so the snipers can't really see you. You can take out the champions safely. We have an immune thing. You can also peek further around on the right here. Sometimes the snipers are at the back. We've got the boss there, and I see another sniper crawling around in the background. And the Invis Hunter is going to come in handy in just a second here when we've got the first plate. Makes it so much easier to just capture it. Without an Invis Hunter, you're going to have to try and survive on the plate. The ad spawns up here are infinite, so you have to be careful of that as well. So our teammates are just going to chill back here. That way it's safe for them, and all I need to do stand on the plate and stay invis the whole time. So yeah, these will just keep spawning as you kill them. You could put a Well of Radiance in the middle and as a team try and survive. Strand Titans probably also help a lot. You have to be very careful of the Screebs, which is I think what would hurt Strand Titans a lot. As you can see, as long as I just stay invis, we can capture the plate. Now the enemies will stop spawning. We can continue on. The one thing you have to be careful of as an Invis Hunter is when you're going invis, sometimes the enemies see you very briefly before you're invis, and they'll throw nades, or a Screeb might run up and try and explode where you were. So try and move away from where you went invis. They don't stay in the same spot on the plate, don't just stand there. Try and move a bit. That can often be the biggest killer for people of why they die when they go invis. It's just they're standing in the same spot where they got seen for a very brief second. You can stay back here. Don't have to push forward. You can if you want push forward, but just makes it safer doing it back there. The next section, I don't like the doorway where we come to with all the ads. So what we're going to do is invis past and go to a spot on a balcony, which I find a bit better to take care of the spawns. If you don't have invis, you can jump around the outside to it, but I would highly recommend practicing that on a normal version of the strike if you're going to do that, because the jump can be a little weird. So it's here. You kill the enemies as they come out of the door, but I don't like fighting from here. Not much room. It's around there, you can kind of see. You can jump around there. It's a tricky jump, but otherwise you can invis at the door. We'll just run through to the right. You do have to be careful sometimes of ads coming up behind you to the side, like there. Other than that, it's just those ones are the only ones that really push you. Other than that, it's pretty safe. The shields on these enemies are random. That's why the strike lists all types of shields, because you don't know what those chieftains are going to be. But now that match game's been taken off a while ago, even if you don't have the right shield type, it wouldn't matter. When we teleport into this realm, this is the same realm that you get at the first checkpoint in the boss room, first health gate. So any ammo that you get on the ground here, like I just got a big brick right there, I can leave that on the ground, and that's going to be there when we come back after doing the first phase of the boss. So if I use a bunch of heavy on the boss fight, I know I've got a heavy brick on the ground there. Also with the overload at the back of the map, we can cenotaph it and know that there's going to be heavy there as well. So another big brick of heavy drop. So seeing those heavies just makes me know when I get to the boss fight, I can feel free to spam heavy as much as I want, because I've got some in here to pick up. There we go, got that center as well. I'm going to purposely avoid the brick, just so it's on the ground for later. Into this scan room here with the 2 plates. Same thing as earlier. I'm just going to invis hunter, take care of them. So my teammates can just chill back in the middle here, and I can just invis on the plate permanently. Same thing as before though, if you wanted to go Strand, Titan or Well Warlock, probably survive. You just have to be very careful of the Screebs. They'll be your biggest threat. I just find it super easy just to spam my invis abilities, and with this build I never run out of invis. Just have to be careful when I do that dive. I have to move away from where I was just in case some enemy saw me. That's the part that can get you killed if you're not careful. The same thing on this plate. The thing about Graviton Forfeit, I do actually get more of my smoke back when I'm standing next to more enemies. It actually comes back faster, but even if I don't have any enemies around me, having a high mobility means that I get my dodge back anyway. So I can just trade off smoke dodge even with no enemies around. That's how we stay permanently invis there. Once they're captured, the top's already clear of ads, so just come up here. Let Reops kill the bottom anyway. We can have an unstoppable spawn here. Hopefully got a tether. Similar thing when we're teleporting in here. This is going to be the same room as we get during the second boss health gate. So, once again, any ammo you see on the ground can be left for later if you choose. Do you have it for the boss fight? Reason I like having so much ammo for the boss fight is then I can rocket every ad spawn in there. You just have to be careful of those two lantern dudes, they come up behind you sometimes. But we're making sure we killed them. For the Overload Champion, I like to just sit back here. Get an easy angle on him. Watch out for his sniper though with Void Burn. Does do a lot of damage if all 3 bolts hit you, it can one-shot you. Now again, got heavy ammo from the Cenotaph, I'm just going to leave that there for later. As we make our way down, you can jump up on the left if you're fast enough before the enemies spawn. A good spot to deal with the overloads from up here. Have to deal with some of the enemies jumping up. As we come out here, we'll have some enemies running up at us. I'm going to pop a tether down there. See the big guy in the back. Polaris Lance is great because it kind of stun locks him a bit as well. There are 2 unstoppable champions. Gonna get the heavy. The unstops don't really push you until you get down to the bottom, and that one up the top there likes to teleport. He can't move from there, so he ends up like teleporting down the bottom. Just kind of have to watch him. If you wanted, you can take care of them from back here instead. Like the other one's teleported already. He's down there next to him. Alright, having full heavy as we go into the boss room means I know with all the bricks that we have and those extra realms, we can spam some heavy here, especially with all the ad spawns. Now, first thing's going to happen, boss is going to spawn and there'll be an overload in the middle with him as well. So, doesn't look like boss has his celestial, but we can just try and melt it with rockets instead. Go. Now, you got two options. Either you can try and melt the boss really quickly, or if you want, just make sure you're focusing on the ad spawns when they come up. Launch a rocket in. The boss does shoot void, so he's a little dangerous, but having the ad spawn behind you, definitely the worst thing. Make sure you're taking care of those and being mindful of when you're getting enemies. And they will just keep spawning. They do eventually stop, but it does take a while, so while you're taking them out, just do some boss damage. There we go. As soon as it goes immune, if there are any enemies alive, they will despawn. And like I said, we'll have the heavy ammo from earlier in here. You can already see the brick down there that we left behind. Gonna spawn the Screebs. Gonna be some more as well. But we're good. Now plenty of heavy, so I'm gonna be full heavy again. We go into the next fight. We're gonna have an unstoppable champion. It is kind of random where they spawn, but I can see the big group spawning over there. You see, wherever the more ether is spawning, that's where the unstop's going to be. So I could see it was just like two little ethers over here on the first spawn. So I knew it was going to be the other one. Again, you can either choose to try and melt the boss down. We got heavy, so feeling free to spam it. You just make sure you watch out for the ads in the boss room. Don't want them to spawn behind you. See, some of the ones on the right are trying to sneak behind us. Same deal though, you can cenotaph the overload up here. I'm going to try and get some more heavy from him. He does have a sniper, so again, just watch out. That looks like the most spawn there. So, try and take out the overload as quick as we can. You don't want it to heal. So, having boss just celestial it right there. And we don't have to worry about it. Now we can just focus on the boss. We have more ad spawns coming. I'm going to spawn in my tether though, luckily. And that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We have guides for all the GMs, so if you need help with any of the other ones, check them out. We also do GM help on our Twitch channel. If you ever need help with them, come check us out. And I'll see you all next time. Bye. Thanks for watching and make sure to subscribe for more. Special thanks to our channel members City, Burnt Toast, GD Finn, Hob, Badger, Jakey and Reops for their continued support.